Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, June 10th. It is 6:27 right now. Market's going to open in about 3 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update, and we should be good to go. All right. Looks like we are good to go here. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in Premium. All right, perfect. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here real quick. Going down to the 8 hour. Um, now, 10. And it looks like we're good to go, guys. All right, so market just opened right now. First level of liquidity is above at 38,842. This might get hit on this opening candle right here. It's pushing up pretty strong, but it is opening candle right here. So you might want to be a little careful with that. So market is now open. You guys can see right here, price just hit the first level of liquidity above at 38,842. Price is pushing up from there. Just hit its TP right there. It's moving up to the next level, which is at 38,859. I'm gonna go here to our clean chart. I'm gonna mark up first opening price, 6:30, 8 o'clock. Identify structure over here on the 4 hour. Going down to the 1 hour over here. Looks good. All right, so we have the clean chart marked up here. I'll come back and mark the structure on the 1 minute once it's been established. But looking at this here, the first level of liquidity got hit already, full TP right there. Price is still kind of hanging around right here. So we'll come back and take a look at this later. Going to our main chart over here, I'm going to mark up opening price. I don't think we have any news for today. Check the news for today. We've got inflation rate at 7 o'clock. low impact, but news nonetheless. We got price kind of spiking around here a bit. All right, so I'll look for some levels entries once the market has kind of stabilized a little bit. As you guys can see, the price is moving around very volatile. It's spiking around quite a bit. So it's a bit of a mess right here. So I'm going to wait for the market here to stabilize a little bit before we start looking for some entries. But for the levels entries, as you guys know, looks like the trend here is slightly bearish. So what I'd be looking for here is for price to break below this point, come back, retest, come back down. Ideally, that's kind of what I'd be looking for here. But again, you guys can see the crazy volatility here. It's not normal volatility. It's price spikes back and forth. So I'm going to wait for this here to stabilize a little bit before we start looking for some entries here. You can see how price pushed up a bit right here, pushed up about 50, 60 points. Then it came right back down about 100 points. So obviously, it is recommended to wait for the market here to stabilize a little bit. The ATR is currently at 18 right now, so it's pretty decent, slightly above average. And once we have some stability here, we'll start looking for entry. So we have the higher high right here. This is going to be the 1 minute resistance. Currently have a lower low here that's pending. So if that becomes established, we'll mark that up as a support. Otherwise, price may come down, retest the 4 hour support down here, come back up. So let's see, this could be a possible, actually not. Yeah, it could have been, but closed green right there. So no BB3 right there. PRV could be setting up here for a sell if you get a rejection off the pivot. So we do have the rejection right there. The PRV could be setting up. So we have the first rejection right there. We're going to look for the space consolidation candle next and a retest of the pivot. Here's our main chart. We don't really have anything here yet. So no levels, no breakout B3 continuations. There's a possible high-low scalp that could have been, but this candle is just way too big. Candle's way too big, breaking past the sessions. Too many red flags right there. This could have been a triple confluence right here, actually, off the green candle, but it's just a bit too messy. So other than that, we have liquidity down here that just got hit, 38,754. It's full TP right there. And we have more levels down below as well. So the next level below is at 38,721. So we have a lot of volatility here. You can see prices rejecting directly off the 4 hour support right here. Pretty much what I just anticipated earlier. I mentioned price will probably come down to this point, bounce off and retrace back to opening price. So that's a scenario that can play out right there. It's starting to bounce off very strongly. A lot of huge wicks right here. You want to be careful with some entries at this point. Let's check the levels again. All right, so price hasn't closed below the levels yet. I'm probably going to hold off on levels right now because you guys can see all these huge wicks. Again, I'm going to wait for the market here to stabilize a little bit before I start looking for any entries here. Once it stabilizes a bit and we have some opportunity here, I'll maybe look for some entry off the levels. It's going to be a tight move here, but could be good. It's tight because of the Asia low right there. So strong rejection right here off the level. Also in confluence with the 4 hour support and the liquidity down below. So, right, we're just getting a bunch of back and forth movement here, as you guys can see. So you want to be a little careful with your entries, at least for now, until the market is kind of stabilized a little bit and you know what direction price is likely to go. Right now, there's not really much of a direction. We have a possible PRV here that's starting to set up soon. So if you get a rejection right here, this is going to be the PRV entry. Hey, Vimal, morning. Yeah, so we had the rejection right here initially. We had the space consolidation candle right here. And this rejection, if this here rejects off this pivot, this will be the PRV entry. But again, you guys can see how these candles are moving. Very huge candles, very huge wicks. You want to be careful with any entries that you guys take right now because the market can really just spike in either direction. So the PRV is setting up right here. However, like I said earlier, it's not exactly the best area to be looking for entry. There could be another levels entry right here as well. The only problem is that there's a sessions right there. So price can easily just come up, bounce off the level, come right back down. Yeah, Nick said not much news today also, so market could just go sideways. Yeah, I agree. So I'm saying to be a little careful with these entries here because it's not really smooth. So here goes a PRV entry, guys, currently running in profit right now. Again, I would just be a little careful with the entries, but if you guys want to take the PRV, it's currently running at the moment. It's probably going to push down to the lower level right here. And it looks like it's doing just that. So with that said, I think the PRV is still active. Not fully down there yet, but my assumption is that price is going to push down and retest the lower level right here. All right, so sit tight, wait for the market here to kind of find a sweet spot. ATR is currently at 22 right now. So you guys can see the volatility is pretty high now. It was at 15 earlier, went up to 18, now 22. It's not super smooth, but it is moving. So my target price point here, if price continues to drop, is going to be this level right here for retest. And then possibly push down to the next level of liquidity down below. So there we go. I think the PRV hit full TP. So if you guys take the PRV right there, full TP, these are risky entries, guys. So if you guys aren't taking these, it's completely fine. But I did mark this up for you guys right here, the PRV, and then also the two liquidity points. The liquidity above, which got hit on opening candle, and the liquidity below that got hit right here. So two entries right here for liquidity, one PRV breakout entry right here for a full TP. Again, I'm just waiting for this here to possibly break below this point, and then there may be an entry right here at the 50 mark. Let me see if I can set this up on my. This is at 38750. A little tricky. It's too close to the Asia low. So if it closes right here, I'll put the pending or it's a little too late. Sorry, guys. The level hit already. So never mind. I take that back. I didn't realize it spiked up so quickly. So yeah, the levels were kind of close to the sessions right here. And you guys can see how it hit right there. It just happened way too fast. This candle, I didn't realize it was going to break and close below it. I thought this was going to close above, but it ended up pushing down at the last second, closed, pushed up, hit the level right here. And obviously you guys can see it hit the full TP right there for 15.15. I don't know if anybody caught that. That would have been the entry for the day, or for now at least. So I'll keep watching it over here for it to drop down to the next level. There goes the first level entry right there. Might get another opportunity at this next level below. So here's one thing that I mean, it's kind of tricky because you're going to end up at a lot of red flags, but for the levels, there's another way to do it. So another way to do it here is to go for the full move. So you can do the 15.15 or you can do the 25.50 or 50.25 actually. It becomes a 2-to-1 or a 1-to-2 risk reward. Because typically this will push down to the next level right here. The only problem with taking this as a 1-to-2 is that you have an issue with a lot of the sessions ending up down below here. So this is going to be something that I will be testing moving forward. I'm just going to check the different risk appetites that we can use. I think the 15.15 is pretty smooth and that works pretty well. But if you want to go for a bigger move and you want to have a better risk reward, you can typically go 1-to-2, which is 25.50, because typically prices breaking close below structure like that, it'll or actually wrong way, the other way. 50-25. If you do a 50-25, it'll typically push down to the next level right there. It's going to take a lot longer, but with your risk to reward in this situation, you have, better chances of it. Like you'll have a loss here and there, but then the wins will make up for it. So if you guys want to test that as well, if you want to go back and test the strategy, I will be testing it myself. And I do find it to work, pretty decent. It might be able to be even applied better on the higher time frames, but again, it's going to be something that's going to have to be tested, because one of the red flags here, or one of the issues, are the red flags. Because you guys can see how price is getting manipulated right here as soon as price got down to the sessions, and this is kind of what you want to avoid. So we'll keep that in mind, but for the most part, we'll keep it at 15-15, because obviously you guys can see how it works right here. Again, I haven't taken any entries myself yet, guys. Unfortunately, I missed this entry, happened too quick. There's also a couple other entries that came up today, the breakout over here for the PRB, and also the liquidity down below. So we'll keep waiting for this here. There's, again, no entries for us to take here at the moment. This is current structure. So looking at this here, price looks like it might be ranging between the 4-hour support level right here and the opening price. Possibly. If we get a shift back up, that's completely fine too. We can possibly start looking for some buys. So again, right here, price breaks above this point, we can look for a level push to the upside. Right? So the next level right here looks like it's going to be the 800 mark. So I'll just update that over here. 38,800. There was a high level momentum scalp right there. I don't think this is a good entry yet. For me personally, I don't think this is a good entry yet. I kind of would like it to sit around this area for a bit, because I don't think the trend here has really shifted yet. So if this here pushes up for a level entry, I'm not going to take it yet. Yeah, this thing hasn't really shifted. So I personally wouldn't take it at this point. I'd probably look for it to push above to this next level up here. So again, this is another possible pattern for that levels entry, but again, the trend here isn't really strong enough. So I personally wouldn't take it. I'll just mark it up for you guys to show. It's currently active right now. And you can see, because there's no confirmation of trend, and it's also touching the sessions, not really a good area. So I'll just take this off. I don't want you guys to think that I'm in it. But again, so the problem, well, it's not really a problem, but the thing with the level strategy is that you have to have some sort of idea to have some sort of discretion with identifying which direction price is going. So for example, here, price was super bearish. Just because price shifted up right here, we're not going to think, oh, this is already bullish, right? We need the pivots here to start shifting. So the pivots here would need to shift up a little bit so that this can shift to a bullish trend. The trend meter also down here would have to change. We can't have a quick shift like this where it goes from red to green, right? We need to go from red to blue to green. So for example, here you can see how it was bullish here pre-market, went to blue to neutral, and then it shifted to bearish right here. We can't just have price shifting back and forth super quickly, because that's too fast of a movement, and it hasn't really confirmed that a trend has really shifted at that point. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you guys are looking for these levels entries, that it takes some discretion. You have to actually look at the market to see what's pointing towards the future direction. Is it going to be pushing up? Is it going to be pushing down? Right here, obviously, price looks like it can still come right back down. So it looks like this could have been an entry for itself for the levels, actually, because price pushed up, came back below, and then retested right here, right? So this could have actually been a sell for the levels versus a buy. But again, I mean, I wouldn't take any entry here because there's just too many red flags on this point. We have the sessions, we have the opening price right there. It's just not a good area to trade in. We have the opening price right here, the blue line. We have the green line over here, which is the New York low. So again, I'm still looking for entries here. I'm not going to take any levels around this point. I'll be looking for it to possibly push up to this next level. come back down, and then go up from there. Yeah, exactly. Rashida said 38,850 looks good. I agree. Because once price pushes up to there, we'll have some sort of bullish confirmation of direction. Right now, we just don't have that bullish confirmation. So at this point, I would just be waiting. As you guys can see, there's not really too much direction here. Let's go back to our clean chart. Looks like price is just faking out in both directions. So price broke below the 4-hour support right here, faked out, pushed up to the opening price right here, faked out as well. And it just pulls right back into this range. So you just want to be a little patient with your entries here. That's why I haven't really taken anything. The only thing I would have been okay with taking would have been this levels down here. Otherwise, I wasn't too familiar or too keen to take anything else because you guys can see the trend here is attempting to shift. The ATR is super high right now too. One thing that I noticed too with the level strategy, guys, is that the ATR has to be pretty high, not super high, but pretty high. It's got to be above like 15. There has to be some volatility in the market in order for you to get into some smooth entries. I tested the strategy back in May. It worked well on high volatile days, but on low volatility days, it was obviously it was a sideways market, so you couldn't take any entries at all because price would just kind of sit in certain areas. So we got price climbing back up right here. Again, if price pushes up to this next level at the 850, I'll look for possible opportunity there for entry. I just got to focus on the chart to make sure I don't miss it again like I did down here. This one happened a little too quickly. So I'll just have my setup over here, but I will be watching for price to push above this 850 mark. It's got to push past it, break and close, and I'll be looking for that retest at the 50 mark. Otherwise, there's no other entries here available yet. This looks like it could be a possible momentum divergence, but it wasn't a clean break right here. So I wouldn't take it if it's not a clean break. Talked about this in the past, it has to be a clean break, basically a clean retest and a clean continuation. It's just a little tricky right there because it didn't really cross over like it normally does. All right, the trend here is starting to shift a little bit. You guys can see from the pivots, the red pivot is crossing over level 4 below all the others. So the trend here is starting to shift to the upside. Again, we'll be looking for price to break and close past this level, look for it to retrace and then come back above. No divergence yet. So, I guess technically there was a divergence there, but if you guys remember from the original levels analysis, typically you look for divergence down, divergence back up, and then push to the next level. So again, just waiting for this here. It's breaking close past the 850. I'm watching it here. So I don't miss it. All right, we got 50 seconds left. We got some time here. Got 30 seconds left on this candle. Let's see if it pushes above it. So we got 20 seconds left here. All right, we got 10 seconds. Again, I need to wait for it to actually break and close past it. If it does break and close past it, I'll put the pending order there. Looks like it's about to. All right.
Order.
I got the pending order right there. Looks like it filled it already.
Order submitted.
All right, full TP, guys.
Order filled.
There we go, we're out. Full TP. Still in the position.
Order filled.
All right, I'm out. Nice work, guys. Full TP right there, solid win. Made a pretty good profit on that. Had an issue with my accounts. I don't know what happened, but I had to flatten them all out. They all hit though, so really good profit on that trade right there, guys. So we'll keep looking for next opportunity over here. Yeah, for some reason, some of my apexes, like 4 of my apexes, yeah, I got massive profit on that too, Nick. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that, but whatever. It is what it is. I'll take it. Yeah, I locked in 1,700 on that right there. So great profit, guys. Looks like all you guys here locked in some good profit on that. So nice way to kick off the trading week. That levels entry is nice, guys. So you guys can see the volatility is high enough. Levels entry is pretty smooth. So I will take a screenshot of my profits. Next level is going to be up there. We're at the sessions right now, so it's probably going to take some time. My PA account hasn't been PA'd yet, so I already signed it, paid for my PA fees and stuff, but they haven't made it PA. So you're not going to see one account here with profits, unfortunately, not yet. It's good. Let me post a screenshot of my profits. All right, solid. Pretty decent way to kick off the trading week, guys. So let's keep looking for the next move here. Nice, yeah. So Nick said, yeah, his 100K was still running in massive profit. Awesome. James said, nice trade, thanks. Lamal said, nice one. Forgot to toggle copy or on. Yeah, I know. I did it on Friday, like after the like kind of late on Friday, so maybe that's why, but we'll see. Natasha said I'm trading on my phone, so I'm relying on Sean to tell me when to enter. So thanks, Sean. Yeah, definitely, Natasha. It's pretty smooth. You can hear it on my laptop too when I enter the trade. I think my computer is loud enough for you to hear it as well. They're always limit orders, Vamal. So Vamal's asking a question, what should I set the limit order? It's always limit order. MIT means market if touched. So it's not a limit order. It'd have to be a limit order to get in at the exact price. Because if you don't get in at the exact price, it might get you in at a worse price. So always use a limit. All right, guys. So there's the trade that I took right there. There's no other trades available right now. We'll come back and take a look at it shortly, but here are my profits from that trade. So I locked in 1,700 per Apex account, and then I locked in 750 on my personal account down here. Pretty solid. I had one PA account that was waiting, but it hasn't passed yet, or it hasn't been officially established yet. So I already paid for the PA fees and everything, but kind of lagging a little bit with that PA account so far. Here are some team profits. We have Natasha here with a total profit of 335 on her first account. Nice work, Natasha. And her second account right here, 462. Another great profit right there. So this trade was pretty smooth. It went through. There was no drawdown. It literally filled it, went straight to TP. And this is why I was saying like the 15-15 is a pretty good sweet spot. Because if you go too far, you get caught in the red flags, which would be the sessions, of course. Right. So like I said before, guys, I'm only going to use one level per direction. So this level is pretty much done with. I'm not going to take any more buy entries from this direction. Possibly if price comes down lower, I will maybe take it in, for a sell. Right now, I'm not using this level anymore. Level is already done. And we will continue to move on with the next opportunity here. So it's still pretty early, guys. It's 7 o'clock. We have a whole hour left, so we got time for price to push up to the next level over here. Or if it shifts back to a bearish trend, I mean, that's fine. So we'll look for price to push below, come down. Not a big deal. I think Natasha's trading on TradingView, Tom. From my understanding, I don't know for sure, but I think she might be doing it on TradingView. All right, so great profit so far. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. We got David here, total profit of 219 for the day. Nice work, David. All right, perfect. So no entries here right now. We'll continue to wait. Again, I'm looking for price to push up to the next level up here. So push up to this next level for another possible buy. Looks like we might get it actually. I don't want it on this specific candle though, because this candle right here is it's going to be at the sessions. There's also news right here at 7 o'clock. So I'm probably going to hold off and wait until news to pass. I don't care if it's low impact. I'm still going to sit out on it because this is what screwed me last week. If you guys remember, I took a trade last Thursday. The news is low impact and it still reversed on me super hard. So no entries for me right now. Not going to make another dumb mistake like I did last week. So I'm hoping price just kind of sits right here so that the news price sits at the same red flag as the sessions right here. So I'm hoping it just chills out at that point. Nathan said liquidity got nice. So yeah, liquidity over here on the third touch. So we had the first level of liquidity right there that got hit for a full TP. And then we had Nathan's over here as well. He got in later on this third touch for another full TP. Nice work, Nathan. So the thing with Nathan, and this is a question I get from a lot of people is, do you get in on the first touch, the second touch, the third touch, the fourth touch? It really depends on the person, right? If the market's ranging and consolidating a lot, I'd probably wait for the second or third touch. If it's pushing through real fast and it's only moving one direction, then maybe the first touch. But for the most part, I think second or third touch is probably key. Nathan here looks for the third touch, which, is probably even more ideal. So we have another liquidity above. There's a lot of liquidity that are just sitting here. These have been chilling from like last week. So they're just waiting to get hit. All right, so back to the chart over here. Price has not pushed up yet. We have news candle right here. Color is pink. Take this off. Inflation rate over here hasn't really updated yet. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this alone for a bit. Kind of see how price reacts to it. Because I was not expecting price to react to it last week. There was like a gas stock change and that thing pushed super hard in the opposite direction. So you just got to be mindful of all the news, even if it's low impact, high impact, medium impact, price can still react to it. So I'd rather wait for it to react before getting stuck in a tight spot. All right. I think it's related to the US news though, Nick. Yeah, I know. It's the same thing that we went over that last time because it showed I think the news is like somewhere in South America. Same with like what you said, El Salvador. I think it's just it's so interconnected with the US that it affects the US. Because the US is probably backing it, right? So that their country doesn't fail. And that's why it comes up under US. Because I have this only set to US. So all of the data here is just US only. So I don't know. We tried to figure that out last time, but the only thing I can assume is that it's It's probably backed by like the economics behind it will directly affect the US. All right, so we got nothing here right now, guys. Price is still kind of sitting around this area. The volatility is starting to die down a little bit, as you guys can see. ATR is currently at 23, but the candles here are a lot smaller. Around 20 points, so it's not too bad. I don't know if this is meaning that price is going to slow down a bit or if it's going to pick back up. All right, so we have a possibility right here at the 900 mark. I'm going to update my pricing right here. I just don't like how the volatility here is super low, guys. So if this continues to move like super slow like this, I'm not going to take the levels entry. The volatility here is just way too low. The last thing I want to do is be caught holding on to a position and it's not moving. Because for this levels entry, you want it to hit really quickly. You want it to tap, hit TP. You don't want it to tap and then go sideways for a while, right? Because the longer you hold on to a scalp, the riskier it is. You don't want to hold on to a scalp too long. Like a scalp's supposed to hit within seconds, within a few minutes. You're holding on to it for like 20 minutes, like we did a couple of weeks ago. That thing could go anywhere. So let's see. Daniel said caution. I'm reading Apex Discord. I'm reading Apex Discord. Tradebait and Rhythmic both having issues. They say trades are opening and not closing properly. Nick said makes sense why mine didn't close properly just now. Yeah, having HP2. It also happened to me too, guys. So I might just chill out for the rest of the day, guys, if that's the case, because that's kind of what happened to me. If you guys, like I said earlier, my copier, it executed on like 3 trades, or no, it closed out on pretty much all my accounts except for 3 accounts. The only reason I knew that was because my copier had them in yellow. So if you guys use Flowbots, typically they're in green, but if they're in yellow, that means that there is an issue. So I might just hang out for the rest of this session, guys. I'll look for entries, but again, I'll probably just hang out. Thanks for mentioning that, Daniel, because I was confused about what was happening earlier too. That's why you'll see some of my accounts here for my profits. So some of them have a 1,700 profit, some of them have a 1,500 profit. This is normal. So 1,500 is what it was supposed to be because it's for 15 points. That was the move. But you can see over here, these got closed out late at 1,700. So I had to manually close out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of my accounts were affected actually right here. I mean, thankfully they worked in my favor, but nonetheless, it still froze on me. Last thing I want to do is get my accounts blown due to a technicality, or not blown, but lose profit on a certain account because of a dumb mistake. So there's a possibility of a levels entry right here, guys. If this closes above the 900 mark, I'll watch it and I'll mark it up for you guys. But again, like I said, I'm going to hold off on this because I don't want my accounts to have any issues. Didn't close above it. Looks like market's frozen right now. I don't know. Yeah, this is weird. This is what happened to my thing? This thing just deleted too. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna chill for a little bit because my trading view just froze too. I don't know if you guys saw that. It just froze and then it refreshed. This thing disappeared. The candle was frozen there for like about a minute. And now we're getting this like volatility push. So you guys might want to be careful with your trading today, guys. It looks like there's like connectivity issues on different platforms. It's not just Tradevate, but it's Rhythmic, Tradevate. It looks even like TradingView is having issues here with their data because this thing here just froze. Unless it was just me. I don't know if you guys saw the frozen thing. I don't know if it was my internet and I just froze for a second, but it looked like this was frozen and it just refreshed right now. So there's a possibility of a levels entry right here. I'll just mark it up for you guys to follow. Again, I'm not going to take this entry because there's some issues with the connectivity. Not sure if it's like widespread. I mean, it seems like it's widespread right now because the trading view kind of froze for a little bit. This is like separate data. It's not through NinjaTrader. And then same with, yeah, Sadie said he can't get out of a pending order. Yeah, I'd be careful, guys. I try to get out of that, Sadie, if you can possibly. And if you end up getting caught in it and it doesn't end up well, message Apex. Sure, they'll fix it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually close out my NinjaTrader. I don't want to make any dumb mistakes here or make any risks. I'm actually going to turn off my laptop completely because it's yeah, the risk here is just unnecessary. All right, so hopefully you got out of that pending order, Sadie, or if you did get into it, hopefully you're in profit and you can get out of it. We'll keep looking for entries here, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Nightmare said, yeah, he couldn't close his orders. Yeah, there's a widespread issue here. David said he's same here. He can't see his drawdown on Apex on Tradeovate. It seems like they're all having, I mean, all the platforms are having issues right now. Tradeovate and try to flatten it on the Apex website, James, or not James, Sadie. Try to log into the Apex website and then yeah. Okay, well, hopefully this thing goes to the moon, Sadie, and you'll have like a ton of profit on your accounts are passed, and then you don't have to complain about it. But yeah, I mean it's crazy. It's crazy the issues right now. They're gonna fix it though. I mean, everyone's having issues. It's not just like one account. Yeah, I've never had any issues where I kind of gotten I have issues where I've gotten stuck in it, but not where I'll take this off. I don't want you guys to think I'm in the position. I've had like maybe the connectivity issues have happened like twice to me, I think. I've it happened like I think earlier this year, and then it happened again, well, obviously right now. So it's only happened to me twice. But the weird thing too well, for me personally, the weird thing that I noticed was how my trading view over here froze as well. Um, it looked like the data was just frozen, wasn't updating at all. Plus my drawings were disappearing and stuff. Let's see how far this pulled back. All right, so yeah, guys, if you guys have any pending orders, I recommend that you probably clear them all out. A lot of people are having connectivity issues right now. It seems like the issues were, well, I mean, Rhythmic has always had issues. So if you guys do open new accounts, I probably would not open Rhythmic. The Rhythmic issues weren't just for Apex. The issues were actually with Top Step. So if you guys were trading with Top Step before, that's why Top Step created their own platform. They have Top Step X now. It's another, if you guys have not heard of Top Step, they're like an older prop firm. They have the same issues with Rhythmic, so they don't even use Rhythmic anymore. They just use their own trading platform. All right, so we'll keep looking for any opportunities here, guys. But again, I'm not taking any more entries on my end. Just a heads up, if price comes back to this lower level, I will not take this entry here. The reason why not, because we already took an entry right here. So I took my win on that one already. I'm going to hold off on anything right here on this area. If price decides to come down and become bearish, then there could be possibility of opportunity right there for a level of entry to the downside, but no longer for buys here. Yeah, James said he's going to take the W and head out. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, definitely, James. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Let's see. Nightmare is asking, Apex doesn't support Dow on NinjaTrader 8. What do you mean by that, Nightmare? Because YM is the Dow. That's what we trade. So Dow is like one of the main indexes that are traded on here. Dow is YM, S&P is ES, NASDAQ is NQ, gold is GC. It's just a different symbol. So I don't think anybody trades off Dow. Dow is just a made up name that was used for like CFDs. So you might be thinking of like Dow 30, US30. Those are all just made up symbols. Those aren't real symbols that are traded. It's typically YM, ES, NQ for futures. And then I think if you're trading the actual Dow stock, it's just called Dow. But these are futures, so you can't trade any stocks on here. So yeah, it kind of depends on like what you're referring to. But if you're referring to it as like Dow 30, US 30, U30, like those names from the CFDs, those are like made up symbol names. They mirror the YM. All right, guys. So there's no other entries here. It's 7:13. Kind of unfortunate that the connectivity issues happened so early in the day. I was hoping to continue trading today, but I'm pretty happy with my profits for the day so far. So if you guys have some profits to post up, feel free to send them in. It looks like a lot of you guys here did post up some profits. We got Jonathan here with a profit of 715 on his first account, 715 on his second, and 650 on his third account. So a profit of well over 1,500 for the day. Nice work, Jonathan. Almost 2,000. We got Jessica over here. Nice work, Jessica. She locked in 750 for 2 accounts, 645 for 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts, 625 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts, 520, 515, 515, 500, 90, 55, 55. So Jessica locked in about, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to say well over 10,000 for the day. Nice work, Jessica. All wins here. Looks like she took that levels entry with us above. Again, there's no entries here right now, guys. I'll look for some entries when they come up, but at this very moment, I will continue to just monitor the charts here. Make sure that trading view here isn't freezing up again. So let's just add up my profits while we wait for that. So I had a profit of 1,500. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 1,500 times 14 plus 1,700, 1,700, 1,700 plus 1,700 plus 1,700 plus 1,700. And then my personal account down here for 750 plus 750. So for the day so far and for the week so far, I'm currently in profit 31,950 for the day. And same thing for the week so far. So there goes my profits overall for the day and the week. I'll keep looking for new opportunities here. Let's see, William said, having really bad issues with NinjaTrader this morning. Anyone know why? I had that same thing too, William. I got that when I entered my first trades. It looks like Emily's having the same issues. Yeah, the weird thing, well, the problem with Rhythmic too is that you can only log on to like one account, so you can't really cross trade. You either have to have all Rhythmic or you have to have all TradeAvate. Looks like price is pushing back up right here, guys. Again, I'm not looking for any entries here right now because of what's just happened. There's a possible breakout V3 continuation happening right here. The only problem with this is that it's touching the news price, and the initial candle over here was touching sessions. But if you guys are looking for a breakout V3 continuation, this is the setup right here. Buy signal, green candle. I'm not taking it. I just want to give you guys a heads up of like what's coming up right here. So this would be considered a breakout V3 continuation. And this could be used in confluence. So if you don't want to take it alone as a breakout V3 continuation, you can use this to identify possible continuation in this direction, rejection, and then come back down. Continuation, pullback, rejection, and continuation further. So like I said before, guys, and like most of you guys know this already, you guys don't have to use a strategy as a standalone. If you guys don't like taking certain entries, but you guys are looking for certain opportunities, you can use those as a confluence. So for example, right here, there was a double body rejection, I believe, or it might be a little too low. I might take that back. It's a little too low. You can use a confluence as a V1 variation or a CV entry to identify reversal. You can look at the breakout V3 continuation or a pivot scalp as a continuation. And then if you want to look for a possible opportunity for entry, you can look for the levels to come up from there. There's a lot of different ways to enter trades. You don't have to apply one specific strategy. The only thing here that I would like to warn you guys about is the fact that price is just ranging between these two levels right here, right? So this is probably a good sign to be a little more cautious about taking any entries. And on top of that, the stuff that's going on all together with the current market. So let me just take these levels. Let me take a lot of these indicators off real quick so I can show you guys. Yeah, so you guys can see right here, this is where the range is happening. The range is happening between the 850 and the 900. So price broke and closed below here, retested. This is where we took our entry, I believe, earlier. And then it pushed up here, fake out, pushed up below right here, back to the 850, fake out, push back up to the 900, fake out. And it's really just consolidating within this middle area right here. So I'll put the indicators back up. I think what we'll do here is I will take you guys to the clean chart to make things a little more obvious. So you guys can see there's actually multiple levels right here. Let me turn the levels on over here so you guys can see a little clearer. So there's multiple levels right here, like where the support resistance is located. And you can see that price is, so the whole level here is going to be the 900 and the 850, these two levels right here. But you guys can see there's actually sub levels in between. So this is a sub level, this is a sub level, and this is a sub level. However, the actual direction right here, so you can see from the levels, is really just between these 2 points here, 900 and the 850. So I think those will be the actual rejection points, but of course, there's always going to be sub levels in between where price can likely bounce from, like just basic support resistance off the 1 minute. All right, so price is coming back down to retest this level right here. The ATR has dropped down dramatically. So you can see over here, the ATR initially on open was 15, went up to 18, went up to 25. Now it's down back to 19. And it's just dropping slower and slower. So we got price coming back below this level. If this becomes a case, you can look for price maybe come back down, come back up, come back lower. But I wouldn't take any sells here just yet because the trend here hasn't really confirmed yet. It's just started to shift a little bit. So you might have to wait for this to come down a little bit lower and go from there. All right, so there's nothing here yet. There's no other entries that should come up. There's no breakout V3 continuations. Just try and double check here, make sure we didn't miss out on anything. Yeah, there's nothing else here that's available at this moment. We are back to the clean chart. You guys can see price is attempting to get below the support level. We'll see if price actually breaks below here or if it fakes out and swings right back up. Liquidity is pretty much done already. You guys can see all levels here pretty much gone hit. So not expecting any more liquidity to come up anytime soon. All right, so you guys can see the trend here is attempting to shift a little bit. I'm still not convinced that it's safe to take any sells here yet, but if price does retrace back, there could be possibility of opportunity here for levels to the downside. So you guys can see how price is coming down right here. This is kind of weird. You guys see that? There's something wrong with TradingView as well. It's kind of loading slow. Like you guys saw how I had these drawings that were up here. When I first went to this chart, they were actually not there. And then after a few seconds, they came back up. I don't know what's up with the data today. The data just seems off. I mean, either way, I'm not taking any other trades. So I'll continue to look for opportunities here, but if you guys don't have to trade, which I'm pretty sure nobody does, I would just sit out. It's okay to analyze, kind of get some ideas here, forward test some strategies or some ideas. But I would probably hold off on actual entries for now, guys, just to be safe, because I feel like there's something wrong with the market right now. Every time I look at like sometimes these candles are like, for example, right here, see how there's a gap? There shouldn't be a gap in candles like this. The only time there's a gap in candles like that is when there's a connectivity issue. Like these should be lined up next to each other. There could be small gaps like this right here, but there should never be gaps between candles. So if you guys go over here, none of these candles here have any gaps in between them. They're all like connected. Here, let me refresh it real quick. See what kind of dumpster fire stuff is going on in the Apex. Let's see, where's the chat at? Yeah. So Apex said, hello guys, we're aware of the issues. Rhythmic was kind enough to reset their servers in the middle of the open. Let's see, William posted something over here as well. So William said, we got word that TDV is lagging. Is TDV TradingView? I'm assuming it's TradingView, right? Actively investigating, don't have an ETA or root of cause, nor fully confirmed. Trying to update y'all as soon as possible, no ticket needed. Or Tradeovate, never mind, sorry. TDV means Tradeovate. We're in constant contact with Tradeovate and yeah, Emily said they block their channels, no one can send text. Also, thank you, YouTube's delayed. Take the market entry on NinjaTrader. Wait, you're still trying to trade them all? I think you're crazy for trying to trade right now when it's when the issues are pretty obvious. Well, hopefully you get out of that trade, Lamal. He's getting the error message. Yeah, I would assume you get the error message. Sadie said, I have a buy order at 338,771, which I cannot get rid of, and it's open. Naked, no TP stop loss. Let's see. Oh shit. Yeah, like right here. So let's hope that it comes to your point right there, and then it just skyrockets back up. All right, let's hope for Sadio here. So he'll just get all of his accounts with some massive profits for the day. And then he'll get hit with the consistency rule. Because we'll have like a huge profit on just one trade. Yeah, hopefully you can close it though. See, I know we're messing around, but I hope you can close it. Either way, I'm pretty sure Apex will fix that for you. Um, yeah, it might be a bit of a nightmare trying to get through to get that fixed though. HP, so are you in the position already? Is your position active? I think it's worse if your position is active. That's yeah, so William said for those that are in a trade, he couldn't close his trade, so he closed NinjaTrader entirely. Then he reopened NinjaTrader and set it all back up to flatten all the positions. Yeah, Kenny said, glad I got both of my entries before 650. I know, right? Me too. Oh man, I gotta get Cody's office chair. This dude always wants to be on my lap. Um, yeah, no, same here, bro. I'm glad we got our entries early where we weren't like kind of trapped and stuck in the position because I mean I can feel your guys' stress. I would be stressed out right now too, of course. Yeah, guys, unfortunately does not look like we're gonna be able to get into anything here. Yeah, Kenny said whenever I can't close a trade, I restart Ninja and it usually lets him close. So that might be the move for you guys. If you guys can't get out of your trade, I would probably just close out your Ninja Trader completely, reopen it, open up your flow bots and put all your accounts on there and then flatten all. Yeah, you see him, CJ. Can't wait for this guy's office chair to come in so he can just be sitting next to me. But he's usually on my lap. So when I'm not on the live, this is usually where he's sitting, like all day long. This dude doesn't get tired. All right, guys, so there's nothing going on right here. As you guys can see, price is still kind of sitting right here. It's not really moving very much. The ATR is down back to 16. So the volatility is super low right now, of course. Super low. This doesn't even meet criteria for levels. So if you're gonna be looking for a levels entry, the criteria here is just not there. It's the volatility is too low. You don't really catch any bounces because you're probably gonna get stuck in the position. You're probably gonna get stuck in the position and it might probably just reverse on you. So we'll see. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If there's anything that you guys want me to cover, just let me know. Otherwise, don't enter into any positions. Hopefully you get out of your position. Well, I'm surprised you tried to enter a position when the issues were known. Yeah, we'll see what happens here in a few. Yeah, Emily said NT8 said it's their own server that has issues. NT8 is good for personal accounts. Yeah, because I'm trading on my personal account. So you guys can see over here for my profits. This account right here on the bottom, this is my personal account. So this is my own personal money. Where I made 750. I execute all my trades on here. That's why I didn't really have many issues. The issues were with the Apex accounts. These ones over here, which had a little more profit. So yeah, I know it sucks. Nightmare said he took a trade with us. Accounts were up 1,500. Now it's a negative 900 due to not being able to close his accounts. I mean, yeah, it sucks. I'm sure they'll fix it though, Nightmare. So I would highly recommend to well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't have to recommend it to you. I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to go and message their customer support. I feel like they're gonna have a bunch of tickets today though, so it's probably gonna take like a couple days for them to to fix it for you. You know, I knew I had the issue because that error that William sent. So as soon as I entered the position, I got four of those errors, and I could already see why because those four accounts got stuck. Luckily, I was able to flatten out. But in the future, if you guys ever, well, even for myself, if I see issues like that, I'll just know to flatten all my accounts right away, than to risk it. Yeah. So velocity's done for the day. He's closed out NT. Emily's asking if I look for any correlations. Let's see. Yeah, Nightmare said I'm not trading on the Rhythmic accounts anymore. I want TradeOvate accounts now. The Rhythmic servers are horrible. So the thing that I like about TradeOvate, guys, is that there's multiple places for you to flatten your accounts, right? Like you can flatten them on NinjaTrader, you can flatten them on TradeOvate, you can flatten them on TradingView, you can also flatten them on the website. So there's like a lot of different places to go to flatten your position. I'm not sure if Sadie, if you're using Rhythmic or TradeOvate, but not sure if you've tried the other outlets. Like you can probably log into your TradeOvate. At this point, it's kind of late, but you can log into your TradeOvate on TradingView and then try to close out the position on there. You can also log in on the TradeOvate website. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Sadie. Perfect. Yeah. So Sadie said he can cancel it. So hopefully it doesn't get filled either way. Yeah, I know. Hopefully it doesn't. Or if it does, hopefully it fills in your favor. But again, probably best to just not have it filled at all. Let me go over here real quick. Let's see, question from Nightmare. Nightmare is asking, Cody, is your live delayed on YouTube? Yes, that is correct. So the YouTube is delayed by about 15 to 30 seconds, guys. So that's the difference between the premium Zoom, which everyone else is on. The Zoom is real time, so everything here is just real time, us talking, and analysis and the live stream of my screen. The YouTube is delayed. I didn't do that on purpose. It's just how it works with when you live stream from Zoom to YouTube. And there's not really a workaround for it. I know some people who use OBS as well. They also have a delay. I think the only way to have it real time on YouTube is if you stream it directly on YouTube. But since I'm using a third-party application, Zoom, it's delayed on purpose. So, I mean, I didn't do it on purpose, but it's delayed because it's a third party. Nightmare said, no wonder your profits are more than mine. Yeah, because you're probably like a couple seconds late with the entry, Nightmare, unless like you're on the real time. I mean, if you want to join the Zoom and get the real time, you can on the website. But again, you know, it's just up to preference. If you're cool on YouTube, YouTube's fine. But of course, if you know you want to be real time with everybody. Nightmare said you can go live on Kick or Twitch. Yeah, we tried to do that before, but the reason why I'm going live on YouTube is for the documentation. So I don't really go live on YouTube to actually go live. It's just so the live sessions are documented. So if you go back to all my videos, you'll see that there's like, you know, thousands of live sessions that I've had before. And I just use that so it's automatically documented. That way I don't have to download the file, edit it, and then upload it later. It's just all automatic. Kind of cuts the work in half. So I don't necessarily have to go and do that. But yeah. I wish there was a way to stream it on everything at once, right? Like I try to go on stream here on TradingView, but it's also laggy and it just, the only solution I had was to live stream it on YouTube so that you guys can watch it later. Let's see. So Vimal over here is asking, how do you place pending orders on NinjaTrader, Sean? I'm looking at the levels on NinjaTrader and placing them right-click buy limit. That's one way to use it. The other way to use it is to use a basic ticket box. So you can open the basic ticket box as well. That's how I do it. Because you can just put the pending, you can put the number there already. And when the entry comes up, you can just hit buy or sell, and then the line will come up. I can't walk you through on here because I can't pull up NinjaTrader on this computer, unfortunately, Gomal. The NinjaTrader is on my laptop, so I don't really have a way to mirror it on here because it doesn't link to my Mac. But I'm sure you could watch a video on YouTube or something. I'll probably do that eventually. So like later in the future, I'll probably, I mean, it's super simple. It's not very difficult. It's just that's probably because you click market. If you just click buy or sell and you have it set to a limit order, it'll put it as a limit order. Because I think what you're doing is you're setting it to a limit order, but you're clicking buy market. That's probably why it's entering market. It's you have to just click buy. So you have a limit order set it to buy, and then it's going to it'll enter as an actual limit order. Nightmare said, I probably will once I have enough faith in your trading style. Too many fake gurus out there nowadays. Yeah, no worries. There's no rush, Nightmare. Take your time, right? There's really no rush. I mean, you're doing fine on the YouTube, so no need to make that leap. I mean, it doesn't really make a big difference for us here, or for me in general. All right, guys, so looking at current price right here, there's a possible levels entry that came up right here, but there's a red flag because of the opening price and the sessions right here. And then on top of that, the ATR is too low. So you guys can see the ATR here is currently at 14. And then also there's too many red flags right here. We have opening price, and then we have the sessions right there as well. Sadie said, oop, it's coming close to my order. I can't close it. Yeah, your order is at, let's see, what was it at, Sadie? It was at 170. That's 7. Let me see where yours is at. 771. There you go. So you're like right here. So let's see if this thing comes down, fills your order, and then shoots all the way up. That would be ideal, right? And then you'll have your account's done by then. Yeah, Vimal said, okay, I tried it and it worked. Didn't work yesterday, probably because the market was closed, but he's all good. Yeah, no, definitely Vimal. It's way easier using basic entry. So now that you know how to use it, there you go. It's gonna be a lot easier for you to enter these trades and have it at the exact price versus, entering it at market. Entering at market is hard because sometimes you get bad entry point. Yeah, no problem, Vimal. Glad I could help with that. Let's see. So we got some more team profits over here. We have Vimal. So Vimal locked in 135. Well, good thing that you locked in some profits at least, Vimal. That's the key thing, right? So at least you locked in some profits right there. Vimal locked in 135 for the day with all the miserable IT issues. So good thing that you're on the green today. I'm sure a lot of people would love to be in your position who are getting caught and this back and forth. But all right, guys, it's 7:40 right now. The volatility is starting to die down a bit. We're not really seeing much happening from now until like say 8 o'clock. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna wrap this up pretty soon because I don't think there isn't any much of a reason for us to stay on here for too long. For one, I don't think anybody's able to take any trades right now because of the issues with Apex. And then also, I mean, at this point, if you're taking any trades at this point, you're going to be taking some massive risks. There was an entry right here for the levels. You can see how this candle broke and closed below it. It came up right here, retested the level. However, there's too many red flags around this area. So as you guys can see over here, there was opening price, there was sessions right there. And then also the worst part was that the ATR was too low. So I wouldn't have taken this levels entry right here, even if I had the opportunity to. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, if you guys have more profit to post up, feel free to send them in so I can showcase you guys on the video later. But yeah, so let's scroll back real quick. 742 right now. Let me just take a quick little glance at each chart here, make sure that there's nothing here that we're missing that you guys can possibly look at. There's no breakout V3s coming up anytime soon. Looking over here at the clean chart, price is coming back down. There's a new lower low right here. So if that establishes, you can have a possible new support level. You guys can see the volatility has died down. So the levels right here are kind of tight. There's levels that are kind of spread out, but they are kind of tight. Looking at this over here, there's nothing here for the levels. Let's see. So the original level strategy that I introduced to you guys, there's nothing here. The volatility is too low. So you have price break and close below here. What you would look for next is you'd look for price to come up and then come back down. So there may be a possible opportunity there for the original level strategy, but again, it's not really worthwhile because the volatility is so low. Plus, the way that the market's moving here is just a little too tricky. Yeah, Rashida said the 750 level looked good, but she's out. Yeah, I agree. It looks like it could be good if there was volatility. So if the market was actually moving right here, Rashida, I would be okay with looking for that. But because the volatility is so low, the ATR is dead right now. Seems like a lot of people are probably just out because all the issues happening with the market right now in general, data issues, apex issues. The market's just completely flat. So, all right, guys, I think this is going to be it for today. Unfortunately, like the market here kind of, well, not just the market, everything else kind of went down a downward spiral with regard to connectivity and being able to get into any positions. Looks like Sadie's position hasn't filled yet. So hopefully it just doesn't fill and you'll be good. But yeah, again, if you guys don't have to trade, which I'm pretty sure nobody does, I would just sit out the market. The volatility is too low. Price looks like it just is going to go sideways here for a bit. Let me just go over here to this chart. So it's probably just going to go sideways for a bit, guys. You're probably going to see a sideways movement right here. And then eventually around 9 o'clock, it'll probably pick back up as we get closer to post-lunch. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. So great start to the week, pretty good profit. And we'll be back here to kick off the next day for trading.